radio station in the United States is a communication facility to take a trip, cop out, to groove. This is a special. We don't we want you to smoke the real thing. One of the some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it dance bread, and some people call it.
Hey, we are live. At least some of us are. Welcome to the Adam Dunn Show. I'm your host, Adam Dunn, and I am here, as promised, on my international show here in Puerto Rico. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, MTI, for making it happen. We got something happening. I have no idea. What's happening on the screen right now? Is it kind of weird? Oh, shit. I like it, dude. It looks like that looks beautiful. It looks like we're in some huge studio somewhere. We're not in some little living room. No, absolutely not. We're in a high production facility. So I'm here with my buddy Gabe, also from Colorado. Hey, everyone. And transplant here. Look at that. Looks like some high-tech stuff. Oh. Look at that. She's impressed. See? We're impressing everybody already. Very good, MTI. It's all it takes is a little green screen to impress the world. But we are here in Puerto Rico, and we are celebrating Puerto Rico, as you noticed on our tag. It's exactly where I'd want to be right now, knowing that everybody in Denver is digging themselves out and sliding off the roads and calling each other for jump starts and oh my God. But Gabe's been down here. Yeah, not at all, right? Gabe's been down here. I think he literally came 2 weeks before the hurricane, so he got to see this place just tore up right in front of him as he got here, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I got here about 6 weeks before the hurricane, and then I
got a new house for 2 weeks.
Temporary. Yeah, had housing for a month, and then 2 weeks in my new place, and 3 days of those 2 weeks was hurricane preparation and then the storm. And then during the storm, and then being there for a few days, and deciding to move on to get together with some other people on the island that I knew were in different places.
Crazy stuff. We'll get into that. We'll get into the whole weirdness of all that along the way too. We also got possibly Shamol's coming through. We'll see. And he's
on the island.
I'd say he's on the island. So he's only an hour away. So listening to the show, he knows he's only an hour away. The show's 3 hours. Theoretically, he could get in the car right now,
anywhere on the island,
and still get here in time for the show. He has the address, right?
He does. He has a pin.
There's no excuses. So Shamol, if you're listening, get your ass down here. And then the guy who tried to come to the island but somehow forgot, I don't know what, as usual, Mr. IllumiMario, I'm going to call him from now on, but Mario, Mr. Maz himself, he might call in if he can figure out how to get his Skype working, because, I don't know, he's in that endless loop situation where you forgot your Apple ID, which means you can't open up your next thing, and you're in this constant battle. So battle on there, Maz. Hopefully we have you, between you and Shamol at the last hour. I'd be very impressed if you guys can make it there. But we'll see. We're going to be smoking, obviously. We're going to talk a little bit about the facility that Gabe is running here, which is a beautiful place. We took a tour today, which I'm going to post after the show so everyone can check it out. I was going to do it during the show, but you know what? We'll just keep it live and real, because I know how you guys are. The minute I post a video, everyone's going to turn it off. Now you're going to pay attention. So now I'm going to keep the temptation to actually look at it after more up there. So after the show, definitely look for the link. We'll put it up as soon as we can. Probably tomorrow, because it needs a little touching up. That's the thing about filming. I'd rather do it live the way we're doing it right now, because I know I can just walk away after and never actually look at it again if I don't want to. But hopefully I do want to. No, that's not the way, to sell a product way. But at the same time, as the guy who has to sit in front of the camera, I have a hard time watching myself. I think a lot of people have that same problem where they're like, who would ever watch this guy, But luckily I have a green screen now, so everybody's excited so we can make things happen. So tell us the name of the facility, Robert. We'll start with that, and then I'm going to get into some ads in a little bit, and we'll clear that all up.
Sure.
Let's just start with that.
The company is Encanto Tree. We've got vertical integration with a couple of stores. We brought some really good team together, people from the island and a couple of people from abroad. I've got a guy from California who works with me. Got a good cast from Colorado, and then a lot of local talent. The best part about this place is there's a lot of people with good education and good backgrounds, and they're dying to be able to get in the cannabis industry since it started. So everyone is really excited to try and work.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the interesting part about Puerto Rico in general is that it's such a pharmaceutical sort of based place already. I mean, there's a lot of companies that were already set up here, probably for tax reasons, I'm sure, and I'm sure some other incentives, but it seems like they have the infrastructure kind of set up for that. There's whole areas when you drive from San Juan to like going west, and you're just like, this whole area is just pharmaceuticals. You can just tell it's like all the biggest companies are there, just a few miles off the road. Some of them just swamped out and gone. Like, and you can see like multi-million-dollar facilities just laying dormant right now. So I'm sure it's pretty interesting for people coming in that have or looking to buy into something where it's already half set up for you or something.
You nailed it. There's actually a few people who have been able to negotiate and do startups within old pharmaceutical buildings, and a lot of infrastructure that was there. They've been able to try and modify and use to their help. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of really interesting things you can do if you find the right place. But like you said, some of them have been pretty much run down and gutted.
Yeah, it's crazy too because you can see like how quickly the land reclaims stuff here too. Like I've gone to some sites where some greenhouses went down, and you can't even. I mean, it's just completely already overgrown. It's already like just. I mean, it must be like a picker's dream in this place right now. The amount of well, yeah, and just the amount of there was some serious facilities that I saw. It seemed like the bigger places got hit the worst. Like it was always like the little ones kind of recovered, but the bigger ones kind of like non-recoverable. Not even with grow situations, but just factories and I think Arecibo, that whole area there where I was staying was. You could tell like all the sugar spots or whatever that were there before that were not going to come back online. Like that was the end of the line for that. So how many grows in just in general are we talking about? Because the island's not big, but there's a good decent number of people.
Right. The best way to describe it is the island itself is about 90 by 120 miles length by height, kind of way. And the population is around 3 million. So if you think about it, it's kind of like the front range of Denver from Pueblo all the way up to Fort Collins. Mm-hmm. And then if you kind of do a little short width of it of the strip of I-25 to the side each way equally, then it's really kind of the island for the population across it. It's,
it's about and then Colorado about 5 million. So if you took all the people on the outskirts out, it's pretty much kind of what was there almost.
Yeah.
Okay, but apparently the population here is, or at least has been decreasing over the years.
It was that 3.5 million. It's to 3 million now, and that's the big statistic everyone's following is to see how people either coming or going. Recently, for people are coming back now, so we're starting to see an influx of people to come back. So it's a good sign.
Yeah, and that, I noticed also where people were seemed to be quite happy to see some money coming back when they saw a few projects getting done here that were like. It's one of those places where it's not the cheapest place, that's for sure. When it comes to land and properties and things, I was quite shocked sometimes where I was like, wow, that's expensive. I mean, didn't seem even usable, some of the spots that I was looking at that people were ready to purchase. But as far as, are you guys planning on expanding your operation any further, or is it like?
I know for right now I know that we want to get the motor running and get operational, and I think from there it's always, how do you tune it to get it running fine, and how do you get it to then consider looking at any other possibilities.
And you guys said you're vertically integrated, right? So you're going to have dispensaries already, multiple, or?
Yeah, we've got locations in San Juan, an area called IllumiMario. We'll also have one in Dorado, another place called Manatee. Aguadilla, And really nice places that are along the north coast of the island when you go from the center of San Juan towards the west side.
That's awesome. Because I mean, really, I think with any kind of place like that, you really need to have at least 4 or 5, 6 locations to make it actually start to generate the right sort of ability to kind of operate continual. Because if you you have one spot and it's all of a sudden it's not the hot spot, you're really like you're based on that, location. But also on top of that, you just share, like instead of buying 1,000 jars, you buy 10,000 jars because you have to. You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden your price point goes down and things get a little more realistic. What's the average price right now here for cannabis in general, like in retail?
It seems like everything is basically selling at the structure of a gram, and prices for medical right now are ranging around $10 to $12.50 a gram, depending on different stores. I've done a lot of shopping in the last couple of weeks just to kind of see where everything's at right now, and about $10 to $12.50 a gram is really where it's at. And they don't really do a lot of price structure breakdowns for people like buy an ounce and get. People are buying about an eighth mostly. No one's really buying ounces or anything like that. The limits, I don't exactly know off the top of my head, actually. So I think 2 ounces is the limit you can actually purchase.
Okay. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's but most people aren't really going to that. And I think here the problem is also the humidity. It makes it hard to sit on weed for, like, I've noticed with the weed that I grow is like wet. Like way wet.
Takes the moisture.
Oh yeah, like I treated it like Colorado weed too. Like leave the top off, come back an hour later. It's like wow, it's like so. I think that might be the reason a lot of people might not want to sit on a lot of weed. It's kind of harder to.
I've watched a lot of people do kind of like a potpourri of different flavors and like a sampler, and then go home with those and see, let me get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I want you to see what that's like too.
Sure.
But flower is actually kind of the king down here. Surprisingly, not a lot of concentrate. People down here really don't have a lot of dabbing experience, so really flower is the big kind of way it is in here.
That's it's good. That's good though, because it gives people a nice baseline to work with and work their way. Because it's terrible, in my opinion, when places that haven't been exposed to enough good weed get exposed to oil. I think we talked about it earlier. It's just that growers take less pride in their grow because all of a sudden they're like, well, shit's all getting ground up into a nutrient mixer anyway before it gets thrown into this other machine. And it's like, oh, okay, well, why would I put that extra energy into it? Whereas if it's a flower, people just are going to look at it in infinite detail. You know what I mean? To the point where you're going to be judged on it, so you're going to hopefully step your game up a little harder.
And the oil production push for all of those things to the top level. People are looking for flavor and production. Down here, especially things that can handle the climate down here too. That's the big one. Is that it's a different climate. Everyone's battling different things in different places. So here our battles are a lot different than people's in Colorado.
Sure. So let's do a quick shout out and get that out of the way, so we can delve into stuff after, and then. Now, are you pulling stuff up, or am I just kind of winging it, or what's going on? I would expect nothing less, of course. New Millennium Nutrients are a Colorado-based company who are nationwide now, and I'd say worldwide, because I definitely know they're getting some product out. You guys have any access to something? Have you grown with it ever? Or?
No, absolutely. Bo and Lee are really good friends of mine and love their products.
They definitely take growing seriously, and the key with the New Millennium products is that, like, the guys who make it are, connoisseurs themselves. They understand flavors. They understand, it's obviously you want good yield, but yield isn't the most important part. It's mostly about how it cures and how it tastes, and it really it shows when you grow with it, because a lot of large scale grows, it's salt based, and these guys, it's whatever they're using product wise, it's always used at the right times and the right amounts, so it's not like you're just blanketing your plants with an AB and adjusting one part of that AB. You're actually hitting plants at the right moments, especially with like the transitions is what they really concentrate on, which I like. So they have that product decision, which most companies don't really think along those lines. They just say, like, clean it out one run, then just flip it over to the next one. And the plants really do go through a lot of changes in those first couple days when you're transitioning. So that decision product, I would just buy that regardless of whatever I was using, and test it with, see how you like that one product. And if you also want to try something, you try the Ruby Fulvic, which is like 9 types of fulvic acid in one, and it's, you know, it's the top of the periodic table basically as far as qualities, and what your plants really, you'll notice the difference, you know. So that one I grabbed. And even the Winter Frost is a finishing product, but that's also like one of those things where, again, their timing is the key. And yeah, it's a great product. So yeah, check them out at newmillenniumnutrients.com. Check out the store finder, calculator, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, get on that stuff. Get on it. Incredibles. Yes, sir. Incredibles Edibles, best edibles out there in Colorado, now the best nationwide. They have them here, don't they?
No, not on the island. I haven't seen them here yet.
I thought we saw that on the list, didn't we? Puerto Rico?
I heard rumblings, but I haven't seen anything. I would love to have an right now.
Maybe you should check the website and see what they say. I heard through the grapevine that they were here, but maybe. So we'll have to look into that, because as we do all know, their stuff is consistent. They use the best ingredients, and also grow their own, make their own extracts from their own machine. So you can't get more, you know, grassroots than that. And it's all about knowing what you put into your product, and about if you're going to do edibles. And now they've moved on to all sorts of other products. They have, you know, bath bombs, and they have salves, and they're covering all bases. Plus they have a whole bunch of mints and things. I don't know the last time I saw their stuff.
I know that inside their house they've got the cannabis box, so I love that place.
Exactly. And yeah, check them out at iloveincredibles.com. Again, store finders there, easy enough to find if they're close to you. Maybe you'll find out if they're. I was under the assumption they were here, so we'll have to look into that one. But they're definitely in Nevada. They're in Cali. They're moving all over the place. Massachusetts, I believe. So now I'm just making stuff up. Who knows? Who knows where they are? Check the store finder, then you'll figure it out yourself. Jeremy. Of course, Jeremy, the man, the myth, the legend. The best source for all of your hard-to-find amendments, all your IPM products, all your super secret ingredients that you'd be like, oh. Well, the key is, again, if I was going to get trapped in any grow place, it would be definitely the Build-A-Soil, because you got aloe, you got coconut, you got stuff you can live off of. Whereas if you got trapped in most grow shops, you'd be like, all this food, and there's nothing we can actually survive on, you know what I mean? But because you can actually live with, eat the same things your plants eat, it's a good indicator that you're onto a good path there with, you know, some of the best medicine available. So go to Jeremy with anything needed as far as soil amendments, and full-blown mixes, anything from a bag to 1,000 bags, he can handle it. So that's you know, rare to find in this industry, and he's just a really good you know, straightforward kind of guy. So give him a shout, and you can also go to 855-877-SOIL, call him direct at their shop, or you can go to buildasoil.com and check out all this stuff online, order that way. If you're a millennial and you don't know how to use phones, and you forgot how to call people and talk to human beings, what? If you're all stressed out, you know, some people just can't deal with it, right? I love calling people on the phone sometimes. It's a whole new world. Because normally people try to call you and fucking with you, you know. So, but yeah, go to those guys, and pretty much with Jeremy, we've never officially created the Dunn deal, but I'm sure if enough people explain to him they want the Dunn deal, they will get the Dunn deal. I'm pretty sure. But who does know the Dunn deal is Mr. Ron Wallace from WallaceWow.com. So if you contact him, tell Ron you want that Dunn deal for your soil, there will be some extra rhizosphere love for you thrown in, I'm sure. But he's the man when it comes to mycorrhizals and rhizosphere-based products. World record pumpkin holder, like multiple times. Taught his dad how to grow pumpkins, and he won a world record. So it's like it's in the blood. It's like pumpkin dude. Once you can do that, once you can just multiply crush world records, and it's funny too because they have competitions between like America and Europe, and the European guys have whole greenhouses devoted to these pumpkins, and he's out in a little field in Rhode Island, just killing them and stuff. And it's fun to watch.
Little guy fight.
Yeah, total little guy versus big guy situation. But yeah, you can support him at wallacewow.com. Tell him you get the Dunn deal. I'm sure you get taken care of. And Green Farms, greenfarms.co. It's all those guys that you see their booth at the show. Did you go check them out? They were across from us. Yeah, at the Indo Expo. Did you get a chance to go? I know you didn't get to do. You got there on the last day, but no, they had a super dope booth. Lots of good products. They got the Rasta worms, and they got their Buffalo products, which are super authentic. As organic as it gets, really, right? High altitude buffalo compost that's been grown at or been over 10,000 feet with tiny little wildflowers and virgin grass. We were like, okay, that's about as good as it gets when it comes to compost like that. So yeah, give them a shout. Also, if you live in Colorado Springs and you are medical, you can go check out their shop. They have Green Farms there. Also, they have their Green Farms Feed and Seed, which is up in Louisville, and you can grab organic products, a bunch of their own, plus it's a full-blown grow shop. So give them a shout, and of course, Dunn deal at all these places because it shouldn't get you thrown out of the store. It should actually get you something good, I'd hope. And seeds here now. If you need seeds and you need them here, you need them now. These are the guys. James is the man, best service in the industry. Anything you have that you don't like, you can return. Just full on, great service. What do they got? You got them pulled up right now, or? We had a few sales. He calls it. If he wants us to, he could also message us if he really wants us to call him on Skype and get him on the deal. So. And don't forget seedaholics.com if you want to get onto the auction sites, lost packs, things like that. Did you just hear did my mic just improve 1,000,000% because I actually turned it on this time? It's weird. I thought it was, I just looked down and I saw that the switch was off on the mic and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Did I leave the mic off the entire time? And I switched it on, you didn't notice any difference? Right, and you actually can hear me. You're not in the room with me, even though it appears that you're in the room with me. So we know it must be working, right? Thank you. Okay. Something's working. All right. I don't know yet. And of course, number one announcement, because you should be all over this too. What is happening on the 14th of March, which is only a month away? That is right. And what else is going on in Spanish? Holy shit. Yes, we're doing ADSI.
Wow.
I know, right? It's very impromptu. But, the assumption is that there's a bunch of people coming into the span of this with a bunch of weed anyway. So it should probably be not too hard to find our 20 or so entries. But if you are in Europe, or if you're going to Europe and you want to enter into ADSI, contact us at info@AdamDunn or shit, contact you direct at Face of Base, bro. I just gave it up. I told everybody your thing. No, now they're gonna get you out. Either way, I don't care. Contact me if you want. But either way, just come there, because it's all you need is 2 ounces. There's no cash. You can win cash though. We're gonna give $1,000 to the winner. So help me. That would be sick. And so ADSI, for all those who don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about, head-to-head competition, winner takes all. No categories, no sativas, no indicas, nothing like that. Just your weed versus my weed, and running in a competition where it's just like a soccer tournament. You get your finals and your semifinals, and your bang. You get your cup at the end. So give us a shout, like I said. But where will this be? This will be in Barcelona at Tresor, which is Tresor. You go to Tresor on Facebook, you can find them. Tresor is a club downtown Barcelona. If you go in and you say, I want the fucking Dunn deal now, Petey, who owns it, you just say, Petey, where's my fucking Dunn deal? I want it now. Automatically you get free membership, which is worth like $30 right out of the gate. And you get Petey. You get serviced by Petey. Amazing. I just tell him you're from the show. And actually, he's had a few people come through, which has been kind of funny. So he's had people call him up and it's demanding the Dunn deal, and he had no idea what they were talking about, but it didn't take him long to figure it out. So, but yeah, we will be doing it there, and that'll be on the 13th of March. So the show starts on the 14th of March, but we will be doing ours on the 13th. So contact us for that. Okay, that was it. See, the ads are the hardest part, but that's what pays the bills, right? So, or not. Or speaking of sponsors, so we'll go back to you guys are sort of completely run, sort of self-financed, or is it like big?
So in Puerto Rico, it actually has to be all set up by more than the majority of local people. Okay. So a really good group of people have come together and been able to kind of fund doing things the way that is different and more along the lines of the biomedical kind of growth of the industry, and being able to really work on isolation, and work on genetics, and just trying to be able to really not follow the Israeli model, is the best way to describe it, and then keep doing what the Israeli model is doing for it.
By Israeli model, you mean pretty like closely mid-medical, kind of true medical sort of.
Yeah, I mean
approach.
The doctors on the island here, it's actually not just doctors who specialize in cannabis who are really actively pushing medical use down here. You're seeing a lot of general practitioners who, within your normal family medical clinics, are doing the recommendations. And that was something that was different for me, because in Colorado, it seems like there's a specialty of doctors who do that. But here, it's really, everyone accepts it as real medicine, and it's not kind of like this little contrived little program like Colorado has in some ways.
Yeah, and then Cali and everywhere, for the most part, just because of the way they set it all up, turned it into like a pill mill for just the way they could just crank out 400 in a day at a festival or something like that. It's kind of like, okay, then you might as well just do a pay-to-play sort of deal, and then do a medical, and medical should be free. And the pay-to-play should be the crazy prices that they gouge people on for medical. Because we have to pay $100 for your card from the doctor, who doesn't really even do anything, because he just is like taking $100 from everybody.
Signature.
And a signature. I think that almost should be like preventative medicine card. You know what I mean? Like, have my medical card, which is I need it, and I have my preventative medical card, which is I'll pay for it, and that gives you the same discounts as medical, but you got to pay $100 to get, just something along those lines, and then that money should actually go to pay for the medical people who can't afford it. You know what I mean? That's a real simple way to keep it in a loop, but the problem is, of course, a lot of the medical situations, because they're not taken so seriously, they're still a cash grab. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like, could be a couple levels of medical, because if you can only have medical, let's say in a place like here, you can only have medical. If you have a recreational option, then the recreational should take care of the medical in tax forms. Because you're already overtaxing all the recreational people. So it's if half that money to like take care of all the medical people who really needed it, I'm pretty sure we would have a pretty balanced system, because say there's 100,000 registered users in any given place, probably 70,000 of those are just pay to play, 30,000 of those are true medical. So it'd be easy for the 70% to pay for the 30%. You know what I mean? I very rarely think it would be 70% are true medical and there's only 30% pay to play. No, it's always going to be the people who are like, well, I'd rather grow a couple plants, so I'll get a medical card. You know what I mean? They're all good. Don't have to have a real condition. And I think that's the problem with when people ask me, like, is this strain medical? I'm always like, all strains are medical. Yeah. What are you talking about? It's like, it depends on who you are. It's not about the, is this one medicine and that one is not medicine? No. It's all basically like, does this help you out? Maybe not. But it might help this other person out, or it might help me out, whatever. But that's the fun part of cannabis, is figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. I think everybody wants a medical answer right now. It's kind of hard to do.
They can find it in certain areas. It's, sometimes a little more work for people to really get to that answer. The one here that really always comes back is, the age of the patients here. It's a much older patient, average age.
Okay.
And, with no cultivation privately allowed on the island for personal use, it makes, an interesting situation, because when you're buying here, the options are smaller now. There's not a lot of variety. There's not a lot of different places right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to a lot of places and it's the same places and it's the same menus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking to have a more developed palate or flavors, it's like with any new industry, it just slowly starts to grow. I think what might be with Puerto Rico, like other places, is that regulation always seems to dictate kind of the growth of things. And here it seems like maybe they're using the medical as a way to grow slowly and monitor it. And once they seem to think that everything is working fine, then they can, go to recreational. Because they talk about recreational a lot within the working groups and within the legislature. And there's a plan for it, but I think they want to make sure that everything runs smoothly first.
So, what do you think? Do you think that the population here, previous to medical, you don't probably know because you weren't here, I'll have to get you on now.
It's like Francesca question.
I think it's time to switch up. So.
Yeah, actually, let's do that.
You want to switch up? Let's get Francesca on here, because I've sat next to Gabe long enough. we need to.
Like,
hey, just come here. No, you come right here. It's fine. We'll be good.
Gives me a chance to get a better.
Yeah. What, you hear us? I haven't even heard you talk. Have you talked? Oh, you can actually put little titles in the bottom too, right? So, yeah, you can throw some titles up. Francesca, how do you spell your last name?
Nieves, Nieves.
Boom.
Yeah.
Francesca. Gotcha. See? Now they know, and they're going to see it. We're so professional. So,
So, FRANCHESKA.
hey. As I said, we can write it and put it onto our. We have our Skype connection here, so we can actually write and show people. Ooh. You need it still, or you got it?
CHESKA.
Oh, now we all know. Now we all know. The K would have thrown the K through me right after. So, Francesca, so your position here at the spot.
So I am the assistant manager of horticulture, and then I am also working in the science part of the science department.
Nice. And by science, you're talking about like testing and kind of maybe looking for new terms and things, and just kind of along those lines.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, really. So my background is in the science area. I do have like a double bachelor's degree in biology, biotechnology, and then my master's degree in molecular biotechnology. And I specialize in agriculture, and I work with the cannabis plant. My thesis proposals for my master's also.
So before, like, I guess it's pretty hard to go straight into cannabis. Were you working with other stuff first, and then kind of always wanted that, or is it just something that came up because of being able to do it? Or, like,
I think that different from the science perspective, cannabis plant is really interesting. I've always been drawn to agriculture. I never like imagined like ending up working with the cannabis.
Right.
So
maybe were you like focused on corn or something else, or that?
A little bit. Yeah. So I was working more towards there's a project in Italy where they're growing plants underwater and there's air capsules. So I was kind of like, I want to work towards something that I found like really interesting, really passionate about. And from the science perspective, cannabis has been in the dark for so long, and to see it now fully blasted, integrated with so much scientific advances that are nowadays. So I got a little bit curious as they were talking about it in Puerto Rico. The words on the streets, they're going to legalize it. So I started working on looking up a little bit more information. But I was really drawn back by the fact that 1 in every 100 research articles published is about cannabis in the terms of agriculture, because the majority of them are about psychological studies, cancer studies, so female reproduction. Is Italy going to start vaping in 2019? But then like 1 in 100 articles are about like in vitro culture, what are we looking, what about the genetics, what is new, what do we know? So I was more drawn into that and want to be part of like bringing it forward to this new era, what everything we can do with it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people that have been doing it for years underground, have never, didn't have a chance to look at any other plant. They only focus on cannabis. And now people who are actually, and the problem is they're almost left behind now because they're so hyper-focused on cannabis that they've never expanded their other sort of learning curve about things and then getting into actual other plants and understanding a little bit more. And now they're kind of, because they didn't get the degree, they stayed underground or whatever, then it's like a whole new way for people coming in. And I think this is really when we're going to have like a golden age, because when people think a little bit from a completely different sort of perspective, just because of their background, I think we're going to have some really big discoveries.
No, definitely.
Because there's so much like working material, which means, like right now everybody's really focused on CBD, right? So it's not a mystery, but there's a lot of other there's other cannabinoids, and there's other materials, and there's nanotechnology when it comes to the hemp fibers and battery storage, and there's all sorts of crazy, next level ways of thinking about the plant. Where my goal is to produce, or to be in a place where you can produce, high THC, high CBD, all in one plant, actually 10 foot tall, 12 foot tall, so it's not a little scrubby bush. Get fiber out of it, get it all, because at a certain, we're at the point now where we can separate the THC and we can separate the CBD, and we need to isolate any of those things. That's all doable. Are you obviously learning? I'm sure learning fast, but do you have any extraction background or anything like that, or is that like it's all Gabe?
Yeah, that's all.
It's all Gabe's
Gabe
department.
and Bryce, and then you didn't get to meet earlier. That was more definitely their manufacturing area.
But I'm sure you are looking at it too from a scientific point of view. That it's like, oh, it's just another. That would be another department within the same group that you're already kind of.
Yeah.
So it's a comfortable feeling for me.
It's definitely comfortable. I'm more interested in the genetics per se of the plant and so much information that is missing, knowing how the genes work, what is encoded in every gene, what are the qualitative locus, what are the different pathways, how do you turn them off, how do you turn them off, on and off, and what can you do with those recessive genes, what can you turn them on, let's see what we can do with the plant, let's just make it better overall.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that's like also nice is that we're actually able to comfortably do crops over and over again now in the same facility without having to move and get data that's real data. Because for the most part, almost everybody that I know, a few people would actually grow in the same place for 10, 15, 20 years, but for the most part, everybody moved a lot and lost genetics along the way, or never really took good records because why would you want to have records around? That just shows that you've been doing something longer than you should have been doing, So you're like, no records, no true data, a lot of blah, blah. And now you get people who are good at taking records and doing their due diligence. So I saw also that you have a tissue culture lab in there. Is that also within your background too? Is already tissue like and is it for ag companies or is it for just labs?
Completely lab, universities, research. Mm-hmm. And of course, I didn't get to do it at the university because you can just I'm going to walk in with a cannabis plant and just do my research study. Sure.
Well, that's where I think where the big advances are going to be, though, is that now they can. You know what I mean? It's a strange feeling. It's like when you're driving, when you're in Colorado and you're driving with a bunch of plants in the back of the car, and you're like, it's just a normal thing now. And I used to do that in Amsterdam and think there's nowhere else in the world you can do this. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden now it's becoming almost the norm. You know what I mean? To the point where soon you'll be in New York City, you see a guy in a car driving. No biggie. You know what I mean? But I used to just do it for fun in Amsterdam. I put a plant on the back of my bike and just ride from spot to spot just to see people just oh my God, he has a plant on the back of his bike. You know what I mean? But it's who cares? Whatever. No one's gonna give a shit. We had a homeless guy that would come by and his whole thing was balancing things on his head. So I would give him a plant, and then he would go, and he'd make so much money because he'd just go up and down in front of places, and he'd do push-ups with the plant on his head. He was really good. I mean, he was very good at his craft, but just that one little prop helped make him a lot more money, obviously. But yeah, I think people get over the shock of it's a freaking plant, first of all, so there shouldn't be a shock, but it's we all understand it smells a little bit strong if you're not used to it, or, it can look a little bit daunting because it's actually a pretty impressive specimen of a plant compared to most, But I think just people getting used to the lifestyle and stuff, it gets quicker and quicker, So hopefully within a few years, everywhere is a little more like other places, you know what I mean? And it's fun to see, because I'm sure that Puerto Rico smokes a lot of weed anyway. I'm sure it's not a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a huge lifestyle change, right? Oh my God, they have cannabis now? Whoa, they've never had this before, right? No, I'm gonna imagine it's always had a pretty available cannabis culture.
Yeah, and I think for me was more impressive is to see this. The average age of the cannabis user in Puerto Rico is 50 plus. 50 plus? Yeah.
I'm just barely creeping in there. I'm not even of age yet in Puerto Rico. I have 3 more months until I can officially start smoking cannabis here. Get ready to We feel young. Right. So yeah, 50. That's quite old. And is that just because of price or because of what do you think is the reason?
That.
I have to say that maybe the younger people just don't want to go and do the whole process of waiting and seeing a doctor.
Well, I think it's also the medical part. Yeah, it's. I mean, again, like if they take it sort of seriously and like really like have a real doctor, and it's not just that whole take your money and then it is a little bit of a weird situation because you do have to have something good to tell them when you get there. Like, well, everybody says they can't sleep or whatever, and it's usually not.
The conditions here, there's more conditions you qualify for here to actually obtain the license for patient use.
What's the most common one? Probably pain, obviously, whatever.
Yes.
And what is the most? What is the? Is there any weird ones on paper?
PTSD is actually on the list here. If you have PTSD, you actually qualify.
No, it happens now in Colorado.
Oh, it doesn't now?
Yeah, it just
recently happened?
Yeah, we just figured that out. Like, hey guys,
Good.
this thing that it actually really works for, maybe we should let them do that. Especially because it's like, PTSD. And so, I mean, well, it's not extreme like some places where it has to be.
Yeah, it's not like New Jersey or anything where you have to almost be like, 6 months from death or something.
Right. Now you can find it still. And then so if is there delivery services here or is it only pickup?
No, it's just transportation, but it's only for the dispensaries, I think. It's not for like in-house so far.
Okay.
That I know of. I don't know if you're a medical hospital, you have someone you can authorize it, and if the patient is in bed, go through the whole process, and you authorize a designated person.
A caregiver model is like kind of Colorado. Yeah. They've talked about it. That's one of the things that they're looking at California. It seems like as California is doing it, and I think the conversation is let's see what California has done, and then maybe we can try and do it here. But it's not off the table. We've heard them talk about it.
Yeah, it's more like the patients that can do that they're lying in bed and they have maybe some sort of type of service.
Well, they had the same. I mean, Colorado's never had that, and it's always made me feel like really, like in a place like that where it's so far to get to everything, you should really consider that actually.
It's fine on camera in Colorado.
Right. So have you been to Colorado? Did you go there and check it out?
I went for a little bit, not that long ago. Definitely it's on my to-do list.
Right.
Go often.
Because like you said, the model here is based on mostly Colorado.
Yeah, you can't really appreciate it in one trip.
No, well, it's it's definitely a different environment, that's for sure, than here.
I might wait until the snow melts, though.
And did you get to work on any other grows before this, or this is going to be your first one here?
No, this is going to be my first one.
Sorry. Well, we should definitely try to get you up there at some point. Show you some mature marking kind of. It's the thing about Colorado is it really has that. You can tell there's a lot of. You can see the pitfalls in the industry and the saturation, and you can see the.
It was restrictive on how you could grow, so you had to really just deal with things, and you couldn't really go for a gray space because you were limited a lot of rules.
Right. Well, and that is a lot of times the design. It's designed in to make it frustrating, so people realize it's not as much. I mean, it's basically as fast as you can bring money in, you're spending it on another thing that wasn't there 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So it is like. I don't know how. I'm not sure how they are with the roadblocks here, but I'm sure it's like anywhere. But speaking of which, you guys had an announcement already?
Actually, yeah.
Celebration.
Jessica can actually make this show.
You can make this official announcement because that happened while we were even going from the facility.
Recording, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were expecting to be going officially live and licensed in a few weeks, but we just got the news today that we are officially a cannabis company in Puerto Rico, and we can start growing, start manufacturing, everything.
So that means plants can literally go into cups,
Tomorrow.
solo cups tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's the license
Today,
to start
yeah,
cultivating.
almost,
It's really awesome.
So
That's fantastic to hear.
right?
That's good.
Unbeknownst to us, we just happened to come to do a show, and all of a sudden, bang, we get the license on the day. So it's a good sign. They got the done deal today.
We got the done
We got the done deal.
Hell yeah.
Literally got the done deal today. So that is super cool. But yeah, I'm sure it's many sleepless nights and many, it's kind of like a lot of these situations that when you go into, like when you're at this point here where you look back and you're like, I probably would have never done this if I had known that it was going to be like this, just because, it's like the carrot, keeps going further. Like you get so close, and then, so when they pull the rug one more time or whatever, or
the hurricane pulls the rug out from under.
yeah, like exactly. Like you guys had it all set up and ready to roll, and then a hurricane. It's like, what can you do there? And then, you're looking at this, but it also makes it really interesting because now you see that it's all about perseverance. So I'm sure other people that were at the same boat you were at or the same juncture just threw the towel and said, forget about it. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's so you can be proud of yourself for persevering through the storm. Because it's an important thing. It's great to see the cannabis, sort of world expanding every year and getting international. It seems like when we had our friend Steve Sarich on, that was the week that it went in Thailand too, so it's like just to watch these places that you kind of never would have imagined, like Thailand for sure. I mean, Puerto Rico, I would, and all the Caribbean as far as I'm concerned, like they've always, it's always been this sort of tongue-in-cheek thing of like, the minute you land in any island, you're out looking for weed. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be here somewhere. It's always there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what. And it was always there, and it was always, cat and mouse with the cops. Like in Jamaica is a joke. You know what I mean? If you go there as a tourist, and you're almost guaranteed are going to get shook down by the cops. They're going to, all they want is $100. You just got to know that, and it's just like those kind of things. Supported those islands for years, and there was always a flow. But now all these places are getting like an upgrade in a sense, but also a little bit of a downgrade too because of the fact that I wonder what happens to the local guys that actually held on to certain things. Some places, Jamaica for sure is like already been ruined many times over, you know what I mean? Because every guy who brings his things in sort of thins out the genetic population that was already there. So is there any Puerto Rican strains that ever became famous that were like old and kind of classic? Or
no, actually the cannabis scene here that was really big was you could. Say, please.
Sit over here.
Yeah, let me just pull it here.
Maybe over there.
Yes, yeah, you can switch there.
So what was really big was moment now. Oh, sorry guys. Was basically bringing in imported cannabis, and people were always talking about, oh wow, I've got the crippy weed that's been flown in from outside the island and into the island. So that was always the bragging rights is you had island weed, but then somebody had weed that was from off the island, like California.
Well, it's like right now in Europe, it says flown. They have the Jungle Boys packaging. It says flown here, not grown here.
Oh, really?
Packaging. Like, really? Like wow. And that's the selling point right there. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. Yeah. It's not like you guys were.
No, for sure. I mean, there's demand. It seems like for a lot of big name products, there's a lot of places. Here, the genetics game is starting to pop off, and people have a lot of unique stuff that, from big names. Like there's guys on the island here growing it. Whether it's seed, aficionado, I think someone just put up their Instagram post of using that and stuff. So yeah, there's a developing scene on the island. Actually, people are really trying to push for quality.
Well, it happens really quick in this industry too. You notice like where, 10 years ago, there was obviously California and a few places that were, had their medical scene or whatever, but for the most part, it was still like, once you got to a certain part of the country, it was like they didn't know nothing, they had no clue because it didn't make it there. But now, I think the first time I noticed it was around 2009, and people I knew on the East Coast were getting sour diesels grown on the West Coast for like cheaper than I could see them on, like for like $1,600 a pound or some crazy price, like less than $2,000. And this is like 2009, and I was like, wow, it's the end, it's over. You know what I mean? Because that just proved, because it had sat so long. It was, they were trying to get more, and it just sat. By the end, it was like, whatever, take 1,600. And I was just like, well, that's it. You know what I mean? Like once it's, turned into that type of market, and it only got worse. You know what I mean? That was 10 years ago, which is crazy because there were still pockets at that point where people were still getting crazy numbers. Now cannabis has become such a
readily
available commodity in a sense that it's the only way to kind of separate yourself from anything is through your genetic selection and your growing clean quality product, because that's also come to light as far as how much contamination's out there and how much. And it's funny too, it's back in the day when I was making hash, we were always complaining about contaminants because this is like dry sieve hash, 1990, 91, 92, like pre-bubble hash, and it was like we were working in a place that was just a lot of lint and thing, so it was constantly going through it. Fucking contaminants, it was always a nightmare. But at the end of the day, all that work, if you didn't go through and actually pull that out, you just, your stuff was dropped, So you're always kind of like, you had to like take that extra mile on everything. Again, now it's like everything's refined a little bit better, but still there's a lot of really nasty grows out there where you're just like, you walk in and you're like, God.
No, and there's a whole an industry of support companies that try and cater to those people to make their products better. I mean, that really is a lot of development out there nowadays to try and help people, somehow make it better from where it originally started out, how to reclaim your product. I mean, but they do that in food too. So you see a lot of the same integration from food and large food technologies into some of the companies that are using this other type of recombination of old discarded product or just pass it, modify it, and re-enter it back into their system in some places.
Right. Yeah, there's again, it's depending where you are, like California, for instance, or Oregon, it's super hard. I mean, there's places that are like, how is it here with pesticides?
It's parts per million. So, I mean, to me, I thought parts per billion has always been kind of crazy.
It is.
And to have parts per million is showing a little bit of logic, but people just need to not even have it around. I mean, just good practices, really.
Yeah, but at least that they understand, because part per billion is what ruins so many people, where it's like they can't even help it because unless they tear the entire building down, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of times it's for people who have taken over other grows, and then it's in
the building, I mean, look at it this way. If you're tested for your analysis, it's like parts per million, so why not just test the cannabis system?
Well, especially because, it is, obviously we want to have chemicals out of our cannabis, but you also have to accept the amount. It's like when the first time you ever heard, like, that there's an allowable amount of feces in food, you know what I mean? You're like, what? Well, yeah, we're talking about warehouses full of mouse running around, and if you can't shut the whole place down because they find one, there's an acceptable amount. And with cannabis, it's kind of always been like that as an underground thing, because I would smell weed and I would be like, they try that in the basement, you know what I mean? You can just tell, like, there's a certain range of smell.
Basement dig smell.
Oh, yeah, that's super. And so there was times where, you know, it was like, it had, there's like Nepalese hash had mold in it, you break it open and there were little spots of mold in it. You know, it was like, people were like, yeah, that's the good shit. You know, I'm like, no, it's not. It's got mold in it. And then, no, it's opium, bro. And no, it is not opium. It's not opium. That is actually, yeah. So, but chars, because it's rolled, it's a wet product, and when they're rolling it, they're trapping moisture inside. So a lot of times that shit comes out moldy. But people, you know, they go for it. And I think now that it's, when you're talking about a medical product, you have to deliver a non-contaminated thing. You know,
for sure.
And I think it's funny is it's the opposite in Colorado, right? Where we didn't have to test medical, but you had to test recreation. And it's only because the recreational was higher liability because you're selling to the public, and now if they sue, so it gets weird like that. Once it's that always drives me nuts. Mm-hmm. It's a liability issue is more important than a health issue. You know what I mean? Like, really, wouldn't it be the medical people that you want to test because they're the ones that have compromised issues, and all of a sudden you're like, nah, just give them whatever. You know, let them Eagle 20, open the airways a little bit. You know.
No, I mean, I've worked in science, food science before.
I've never heard.
Oh god, and the testing at parts per billion, there's a lot of sensitivity at that level that doesn't always translate really well in testing. So you can get a lot of false positives, false negatives, and it makes it difficult. Parts per billion.
Yeah, and again, you're talking about like you're bringing it to such extremes when the product itself. Is so safe, right? That's like, you know, in the amounts, if you're talking about parts per billions, it's like there's not going to be some multiplier reaction or something, you know, it's not like barbiturates in alcohol or something, for sure. There's no like, oh, no, don't do that, you know, it's like
the guy who's like smoking a cigarette.
It's all that. Oh, I see. I was like, so you're going to be doing testing in your facility, right? You're going to have HPLC.
So we basically run an HPLC. So Bryson Rass is our chemist, and he worked with the Eagle Lab originally during the scaled Eagle Lab, and he was really good at putting together a lab that we can do our own HPLC, so we can test all of our edibles and make sure they're within spec. We can basically test all of our own products in house and make sure everything is safe before we send it out. The protocols here is that you have to go through the same testing like in Colorado. So their samples are taken, and people come down and they grab the samples from you, and then they go and do the testing. The product doesn't get released until you pass, and then all of the product that you move to wholesale or to say you make a concentrate from it, that product has all of the records kept with it. They use the same systems here. They're using BioTrack, so everything is seed to sale. So it's just like the States.
Yeah, and I think in the next couple of years, people are very weird. Like whenever there's a disaster somewhere, they think they still think it's. Because I would say in Puerto Rico, there's it's okay. Everything's pretty on point. There's a few spots I've seen that are definitely still maybe don't have power or whatever, but for the most part. But I think in the next couple of years, you'll see a lot more. Especially when they understand that they can actually use their product here, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, using your card here is the greatest thing. The fact that you can just go online and fill out your paperwork before you get here, and then shopping, your paperwork is good the same day that you ask for it, and then you can print it out and go shopping anywhere in Puerto Rico at the dispensaries here. And then it's good for 30 days. So if you actually come here and say you're going to stay on the west side and surf for a week over in Rincon or in Isabela, then you can basically hit up the shop a couple of times, and you can continue to be able to stay medicated while you're here. Complete reciprocity.
Right. And beautiful weather.
Yeah, I haven't seen it below 60 degrees in like a year and a half. So
tough.
Anybody's home cold right now.
Look at you can already see. I can see MTI's dreaming. He's having dreams right now.
Oh, I'm reading comments in the chat room and everything.
They're hating me.
What's going on?
They're hating us. They're hating us in our.
Now they're making fun. They're making fun of the silver in your beard.
It's getting silverier, huh?
Yeah.
I noticed it the other day. I was talking to my kid, and I had my laptop open into the light. I was like, "Oh my god, dude! I see the future now.
Right.
I see the future. It's coming.
All right.
It's
So
coming quick."
you guys want those pictures up? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah. Let's show some pictures. Exactly.
Alrighty.
Let's go. These are just some.
Every hour if you eat small amounts. So it's great that you'll keep making fresh for you. You don't have to basically do the tank settling. You can basically do things on the fly. So it's the dream really of not having to add water anymore, not having to worry about mixing up tanks and plugging them around.
Oh, come on, man. It's so good old days. Sound stuff?
Sound stuff. I don't want your comments.
Sound stuff.
Yeah, like I have volume all the way up right now.
Sound stuff?
I got it now. I got it now. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, we had our guy. He's on point. He's making sure.
Yeah, with this new Skype thing, it introduced some interesting things, but I got it all going now. So I'm just kind of doing it on the fly as we're going here. So, but I got us going here. So, are we off to the next picture? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, there's it's like an orangey type of picture with a.
Hold on, the bunker. The bunker. We're in the bunker now. We haven't entered the bunker.
The bunker.
The bunker. Tell us about the bunker.
Tell us about the bunker.
We're going to have a much better description later.
So the bunker is basically a structure within a structure, is where we're going to keep the plants particularly and do the first stages of the plant before moving them out into the greenhouse.
And it was the only thing that was it the only building? Was it actually? It wasn't quite finished when the hurricane hit. Right? It was just a shell of it or something.
It was just a shell, and as I mentioned, it is a building inside a building. So I think we had really a big learning opportunity after the hurricane, and we completely restructurized, redesigned. We made everything just bigger, better, and completely stronger. And that's where the bunker comes in. It's basically our complete safe house for all of the genetics, the plants, to keep everything super safe inside.
Lockdown.
Yes.
And it's all rolling tables and pretty much your standard indoor set, like your classic indoor setup these days. And it's interesting how all these things kind of like started to homogenize, because it's like you have to, back in the day we were like carving grow rooms out of like too low of buildings or whatever we could do.
It was space, and you had to do it within the space.
You just had to do whatever you could do. Like it was like, whatever, we're doing this. Drop ceilings? Oh well, we'll either tear them out.
We'll deal with it when we deal with it.
Yeah, pretty much. And nowadays it's like you can actually custom order a place, which is awesome, or you can just happen to have places that are big enough because you're not trying to hide anymore. You're literally. That was the first thing when I came back to America. I was like, wow, this is weird. I get to like talk to people openly about it, because even though Holland was legal in the sale of cannabis, it was never legal in growing of cannabis. So you always were playing cat and mouse just as much as you were in America, and even worse because it was like such a tight place real estate wise. So you'd be like, hard enough to find a regular apartment to live in, let alone a place where you can grow. And so most of them were taken up, and it was constant battle. And if you found a place, chances are that if it was really good for growing, somebody already grew there. Like 99% of the time, you go in, oh, this is perfect, and then like a week later, the place will get busted, and you'd be like, oh yeah, no wonder, because everybody who comes in gets busted on week 3. They just wait until you have it all set up again, and then they come and swoop down and get you. So it's always a big struggle, and because they're also there, they always had the legal sale of it, so that they're constantly need to be up, re-up on a regular, and so it just took 1 or 2 hiccups along the way, and everything would be shut down. I guess what happens when Puerto Rico outgrows itself like everywhere else does? I mean, do you have any other ideas of different ways to move product because obviously the concentrate game helps because, of course, you can concentrate the product, but do you foresee the same situations that's happened everywhere else as far as saturation points?
The saturation point thing is, I think with anything you have a market where you're competing with other people or you're doing something within it. But one thing that's unique about Puerto Rico's status is that they're working on the exportation ability, and because of the territory status of Puerto Rico, there's certain things that can actually allow them. It sounds like it allows them to do export. So it seems like, while America is still trying to be able to work out their policy at the federal level, Puerto Rico's status may allow them to be able to do direct importation or exportation into Europe or other markets that are asking for it.
That would be fair. That's interesting. Because America's having a hard enough time can't even do cross state lines right now.
Yeah, I mean, you need a really large number, and you need the Senate to do it. And it sounds like it's getting closer, but I think that once they pass the law at the federal level, there's still all the nuts and bolts that have to be figured out before that happens. And, we'll see.
That would be huge. I'm going to be visiting St. Croix on the 17th to the 19th for we're having an agricultural day, and I'll be speaking over there. And I think it's going to be. It's just happened there too. We just loaded in medical, so now the U.S. Virgin Islands are medical, Puerto Rico's medical, so it's starting to become, it will spread because other islands will see like, hey, why are we not getting in on this? Right. You know what I mean? And again, like we talked about earlier, like it's always been there. You know what I mean? So we definitely know who can do it, who can't, or who can pull it off. But yeah, it's going to be I think a big difference for the Caribbean, and just another reason to come down and be able to relax a little bit further, even more than you do when you're normally down here.
Yeah, there's so much you can do. I mean, I'll be honest, when I first was presented the opportunity, it was like, oh man, I don't know. I was really kind of naive, and then I got the opportunity to come down here and see it, and I was blown away. I mean, this place is so beautiful. It's tropical. I mean, there's surfing and snorkeling here is amazing. The fishing, I mean, you can catch wahoo and then basically do sashimi. It's like the best fish I've ever had. So vacationing down here is something I never thought about, but now that I'm here, I just try and tell everybody back home, like, you gotta come down here. The flights are cheap, and there's so much to do, and a lot of great places to stay. It's really inexpensive, and dollar runs, and you can be 18 to drink, so you can bring your family with you.
There you go.
Yeah, so
18 to drink in America. Right. Oh, see, look.
You want me to switch the picture? Or?
Yeah, switch it up.
Now we are looking at some tanks, BA1 and 2.
Oh yeah, so that was part of that Netaflex.
That was actually the other one.
Yeah,
okay. We'll go to the next one. All right. We have a window. It looks like a wash basin and.
Oh, it's a kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen
okay.
there, yeah.
It's a kitchen.
Yeah.
So we're basically just showing a little bit that they're covering all bases there. It's not just growing. But the kitchen is going to be next to your little spot there, right?
Yeah, the next to that one was the laboratory, the analytical lab with an HPLC machine. Because it seems like nowadays what you really want to do is do a lot of the analytical testing on your edibles to make sure that they're within that prescribed dose. You know, that if you can't sell more than 100 milligrams, that you can basically test it multiple times in house and make sure you're at the right number before you send it to actually get tested by the state and then move your product. So it's a great way to make sure you're doing it right. You know, I'm sure there's always been lots of debates of the potency of edibles and how people actually guarantee what they're really selling.
Nice. So I just got a message from Mario, IllumiMario. I sent you a link. I sent you his Skype name there, so you can.
Okay. You want me to go ahead and call him right now?
In a second. Let's just.
Okay.
We're gonna do a light giveaway too. One of his professional bars there, T5 replacements. I don't know. We'll find out. But let's continue with photos. Let's do the photos.
Okay. Next photo.
Yes, sir.
So there's it's like a beige box in front of some blue tanks.
That was the same edit film, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the.
Oh man, you should never let me send pictures under stress.
Okay.
Those are,
Next one.
Where's the big white room? Let's go to the big white room.
Big white room.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Well, now we're back to the first picture you sent me. So.
Oh my God. Jesus.
So.
All right. Let's call Matt.
Alrighty, I will.
I'll resend you the picture of the greenhouse. I don't know how that happened.
Okay.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I totally screwed up.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
That's funny. Okay, well I'll give Mario a call now.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the. Apex.
Oh, the Apex machine.
It was the Apex machine.
Oh, okay, I see.
Apex for a minute.
Okay.
But now the
Where you going? You got math on there?
I'm working on it right now.
All right, I'm gonna tell him that you're gonna.
All right, we're calling them now.
All right. See what he goes on.
Skype.
Oh shit.
Hello. What's going on, guys?
What is going on?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Put
can.
the speaker on.
Now, are we gonna do him
1 sec.
live or no live? No video or no video?
Speaker. Hang on.
If I can get a feed, I will put it on there.
You can get on the screen
All right.
if you want here, Mister.
Okay, what happened here?
Yeah, if you put your video on, I can get you in here, I think.
Oh, I see you now. 1 sec, guys. I see you now. I was going to post a link to some LEDs. Can you see me?
Nope.
No?
Not
I
yet.
don't know.
All right, hang on. What the hell? All right, video. Big gallery. Video.
Yeah,
Right there. Here I am.
Oh, cool. There we go. All right. I'll work on this now.
Are you driving right now? Are you
Am I driving? I'm pulling over here, dude. I had to go take care of some plants. No, we're good, dude. It's hands-free driving.
Safety first. Well, you would be our first guest who's driving along and telling us stories. So it's always kind of fun.
No, we're pulling over right over here. I had to pull over on the side of the road and pull up an LED for somebody. Not like magically, but...
Are you just slinging LEDs out of the back of your car right now? Is that what's going on?
You know what? That's funny because I would if I had them right now.
Liquid speakers, bro. They were selling
want
those in my
you...
neighborhood back in the day. Liquid cooled speakers. That was the big thing.
We're going to liquid cool them, too. Not right now, though. It's just not practical, dude.
Liquid cool LEDs, that would be dope. You could sell those out of the back of a truck anyway.
Oh, that's kind of the reason I work here.
What you going with over there, kid? You want to see this?
Well, they don't make sense for what we're trying to do, especially in greenhouses right now, dude. So, is this important?
Do you actually even know what you're trying to do?
Yes. I actually wanted to pull up, I wanted you to see the new single bar LEDs that we have.
Yeah, I did. Where is it?
The ILW and a couple others. They're dope, dude. I want to get you guys a couple. So I was trying to find those and get info on them for the show. But I had to go feed plants because the temps are warm today, and they're really sucking up everything. So now I'm in transit, but I'm stopped. You know, I'm not at the office.
No way! I thought you were in the office. It looks just like an office.
Well, it's a moving office
with a car in it.
I mean, it'd be cool to go live from the grow, but it's just not going to work.
Get pulled over at least during this show.
We can't. I'm parked right now, bro.
Are you?
Yeah, I got my iPad, and I got everything in here.
So you are in your office, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, this is officially the office.
If it's Honda Accord office. But, where's Shamol, dude?
Good question. Where is Shamol?
Oh, really? Hang on.
Yeah, no, he's an hour away, but he never contacted us again to confirm if he was coming or not.
So
that's why I put possible appearances by.
Oh, you did?
About that mistake.
I'm liking the new audio and the video that you guys are rocking right now. It's pretty badass. I can imagine the things you're going to be able to do with it too.
Yeah, man. As soon as we get a little bit more equipment in here, we'll definitely get it sharpened up.
You know, even the video that was just put out for the bubblegum drop, that was awesome, dude. I saw that after Indo. I know, Adam, you were so busy at Indo, so I try not to bother you during an event like that, you know? And
yes, sir. Well, that's from the new THC site you're talking about, I think.
Yeah, the new site, it looks awesome, dude. And the new drop, too.
Yeah, it's taking all responsibility for that. Yeah, that was me. That was all me, right?
That was dope, dude. What else was dope? Josh had them down.
So I want to talk to you about so you sent me this image of this bar, was it 6 bar?
What, the 6 bar LED?
Yeah.
Can you guys see me?
Is this something we're giving away tonight, or what are we doing?
What I wanted to give away today.
You're not allowed to give away nothing.
What did you want to give? Well, I wanted to give away a ceramic metal halide 315. I just want people. I'm getting a few out to Oregon now. They're so dope, the 315s themselves for ceramics. I just love the build, the design, the reflector. So I've got a farm in Oregon. Shout out to Bobsled Farms. They're doing the switch. So I'm getting some out to those guys over there. And I figured, Sean said, give away another DE. And I'm like, nah, let's do a ceramic, you know?
So what's the deal?
We're going to give away a 350 watt IllumiMario.
What was the last guy's name that got the last one? What was his name?
Skunky. Skunky, he keeps in touch with me, dude. He's really cool. He was heating his house with it. He said, I'm like, dude, yeah, he had the 1,000 watt for what he was doing, you know? He's down south. He's actually going to get into some stores, too, with some literature I sent him. So that was really cool. So it's always cool when someone like that wins something and they put it to use right away, you know? He had some... Shout out to Skunky.
Shout out to Skunky from Mass. Our last winner. So what are we going to do? So what are we going to give away? 315 or?
This isn't actually part. I'm just winging this. This is
winging
to give away. The other fixture that we're going to give away, the 1,000 watt, during I missed my flight that day, so I didn't show up till real late.
Flight giveaway. I know.
Yeah, I missed my flight.
Gabe was supposed to pick you up.
Everyone, I know, and then everyone set up.
Right?
Yeah. Oh wait, that was Puerto Rico. I missed that flight too.
You missed
my luggage went.
I can't keep up with the flights that you're missing right now.
Yeah, I can't either, dude. That's why I'm going to slow it down. I'm missing flights. My luggage went though to Puerto Rico that day.
Did it?
I didn't want to go empty-handed, dude, but I wanted to get some fixtures down there. So we're working on that now. We got a retail store in San Juan.
What happens when your luggage goes somewhere and you don't go there? Because they have to just wait like a week till it comes back?
It went, Adam, it came back the same day. American Airlines, within 24 hours, had the luggage back. It was crazy. So I went to San Juan and back. I was like, all right, that's cool. The dude was laughing about it. But better to be prepared for that stuff. So today we're gonna give away a ceramic metal halide, the 315, and then we'll do our 1,000-watt giveaway eventually.
Eventually. All right. Well, how are we going to do this? This is the hardest part of all giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we going to do to give it away? Because usually we have no clue, like right now, and then we just make up some bullshit. So what is the bullshit we're going to make up?
For the 315,
take it away. Take it away, Max.
The bullshit we're going to give for the 315 is we could ask him, like, name which spectrum is better for flowering. Which lamp would you prefer out of like a 3,200 Kelvin to a 10,000 Kelvin lamp?
How many Kelvin? What's the question? Between something, or is there a number? We have to give them. You have to give the right.
What would you
R value?
All right, we could go for a mid-flowering cycle to late flowering cycle. Which is better to use, a 6K or a 10K lamp? And that's open to interpretation.
How is it? So that's one question.
You're right.
And then they got to call what? And where are they going to answer? See, you have to think these things through, my friend.
First person to post in the chat or something?
I'm thinking, dude.
Chat's already did it, right? That's a big deal. Tony Baloney must have answered it already, I'm sure. If Tony Baloney has not answered that...
Somebody, is waiting to call to win.
People are trying to call in, but they can't call in because we're using usernames today and not phone number.
Oh, well, then...
We've already had 2 calls already.
Oh, my God. So how do we do it? What do we do?
What's the footprint on
new wrench in our program?
What's the footprint on a 315 CMH reflector? That could be it. That's the question.
Footprint? Square feet or what?
Yeah, square feet. Throw on a 3x3. Oh, on a 315.
Real? This is like asking a speaker guy. Back to speakers again. It's like asking a speaker guy, RMS. They're like, was this real or we were talking about like fake noise?
You know.
Suggested manufacturer. What's that? Yeah, they're going up.
How many micromoles does a Philips 315 lamp have?
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
The chat gang's all over it. They're killing it. So, how are we gonna know? You have to. Can you see the chat gang right now?
Who, me?
Naz.
I can see you guys perfectly.
Yeah, but
you see the chat gang?
no,
right, so look up chat
he's not
gang,
on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, you're not on YouTube?
He's not on the YouTube chat. He's on Skype. Yeah.
Adam, you told me
this is impossible. Oh.
Adam, you told me to download Skype.
Text it, Naz. Right, text the answer to MTI, and then he'll.
Oh my God! I'm not putting my phone.
All right, you told me to call on Skype. I downloaded it for that.
There's the emails for the AdamDunnShow.com that we could use.
No. There's already a winner. There's already a winner on the chat room. I'm 100% sure.
Oh, okay.
Basically, MTI. You have to. I'm going to send Maz your info, and he's going to send you the answer, and then you're going to weed through it and find the original and find it. Okay?
Oh God. Okay.
I know I'm making this complicated, but that's my job. All right, so I got your info. I'm sending that over to.
All right, so I
send that over to Mario.
Yeah, I'm not on YouTube.
We need to have like a guy who only does this. This is his only show.
All right, so just to be clear, what is the question?
How many? Oh, there we are.
He doesn't know. It's 4 questions. Square footprint.
How many micromoles does a Philips 315 lamp have? Or are capable of?
So, I just sent Maz. You have to send now the answer to MTI, okay?
Yeah, I'll do that now.
All right, you send it to him right now.
Then
are you driving still? Are you still driving? Pretending?
Am I driving? No, I'm just pulling over by Starbucks. That's all.
Oh, that is still driving. That is not driving. That is driving. When I say, are you driving? You say, no, I'm pulling over. That is officially you are driving. Just so you know, I'm just making sure. You can't drive and text, bro. Actually, I created the page today while driving over here on a mountain road. Basically, I was like, I gotta make this. So check out my handiwork there. It's pretty good, I have to say.
Yes, it actually. That's not just any mountain road. That's like Puerto Rico Amazon when you drive those mountains.
Yeah, I was like,
know that
the whole time. And
there's like tanker trucks that like take over the whole corner when they come around the mountain.
The things I do for the Adam Dunn Show.
real deal
The
drive.
danger I live, the dangerous life I lead for these guys.
That's funny.
So Maz has turned into nothing. He's like done into the
Yeah,
Batman mode or something. Maz, you there?
I think he has us on mute or something because he went through a drive-through or something.
Oh, he's going to Starbucks. You should have stayed on the line. That would have been great. Stay on the line.
Hilarious.
Are you guys in Puerto
You think
Rico?
that's not how they spell his name?
Who? Who are you talking to?
Adam's in Puerto Rico. I'm in Denver.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me
Yeah.
though, right? I just
Yeah, of course.
want to make sure.
Uh-oh, he's going a little garbly now.
You're going a little robot, but it's all
He's
good.
going all
Alright.
robotic garbled on us.
I definitely didn't have you on mute.
Were you going through the drive-through at Starbucks there? Is that what's happening? Yeah, it's like are you out robbing place? It looks like you're kind of looks like you're doing like a B&E or something like that. The way you're all shifty.
But I have my
Driving around,
laptop
driving around
and
looking at shit.
my stuff. This is what happens when you're not on
We
the
got
road
Robo
all
Mario.
What is going on over there?
No, I'm looking at the drive-through
it's got full
but it's actually it's
full robot in
front
effect.
of me. They're not really.
All right, what are we doing? We have to reboot. Mario, did he send you the answer?
Nope.
Which I'd like to do.
All right, I'm doing a dab. I think it's gotten to that point now. Everybody do a dab.
Suspense
Some
was
guard.
Get on the line in a sec.
What happened here?
Everybody do a dab. It's that moment of the show.
Alright.
You just have to do it.
So,
Yeah, your
Is he
picture.
back?
I
There
don't.
he is. He's
Hey,
back.
it is.
you sent me the link. I will
He
send
went
it
all robot
right
on us.
there. Message.
He went all robot. Done now? What are you doing? Did you send him the? You gotta send him the answer. That's the most important.
Oh.
That's the most important thing.
Right there. I'll be
now.
right back. I'm texting you. Hang on. One sec.
Okay.
What's going on? I'm confused. I'm confused.
All right. Hello?
Hello? You there?
Yeah, I hear people.
Okay, I'm looking through and I do not
You're still.
I do not see the answer in the chat right now.
Yeah.
What's that?
I sent it.
Oh wait.
You got the I'm right here. Answer on there, right?
Yeah, you sent me. Okay, I got your text, so I have the answer.
Oh, good. This is it.
Okay,
Um,
So
So,
who's the big winner?
see, I thought no one had it, but someone has it in a different decimal point. Does that count?
That's fine.
Okay.
No, he says no. We say our tech guy says forget about it.
I wonder who it is, though.
No, we can't do
Probably.
decimal point problems.
Okay,
Decimal point-
so it
decimal
is.
point won't ruin anybody. That's like the
Probably Wolf
that
or
is
Tail.
okay. That's like the worst thing ever. Like one decimal point in a pH is tenfold.
I might have, when I
Yeah, so
sent
moles,
it,
moles, yeah.
So come on.
moles,
moles, schmoles.
U-moles, what's
Okay,
your
so
target?
so nobody got it right. Nobody's got it right. You're saying.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't see the answer. At least what
Oh, okay. We
the
have
answer is the
options.
first part of the text you sent me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Nobody got it right then.
No
So there you
one
go.
has it right yet. No.
Nobody deserves to win yet.
This
Thank you.
isn't that hard, but that's cool if they don't.
Good. We want it to be
I chose
slightly
it
hard. I
first
want it to be the easiest.
Can
answer
you
in
can
the
you
world.
can we repeat the question and make it
How
real
much
clear?
is this 315 worth? Tell us how much it's worth right now. Before
A Philips 315 Agro CMH lamp, single-ended. How many micromoles off that lamp? I mean, obviously with the proper.
Someone's looking at Philips right now. They're gonna win.
Micromoles. Like what's any headlamp? Like what's an HPS micromoles? You know, a lot of people claim a lot of different things, but you can reach with the Philips, you can hit pretty high with it. So the question is, how many total micromoles off that 315 lamp?
How many total micromoles off a 315 lamp?
Off of Philips. Because all brands, obviously, they vary.
All right. Still no answer in the chat.
You have an actual number in your possession.
Yes, I have an actual number in my possession.
All right, that's all I need to know. So there we go. This is a stumper. This is the best one we've ever had. Normally, it's like the most easy answer ever.
We can
what did I just say
people.
3 seconds ago? Dude, you did it. So, all right. Well, before the end of the show, if somebody gets it, announce it.
Yeah, I will be looking, and I'll let you guys know if that happens.
Sweet. All right, good.
So
there you go. You're off the hook now. You don't have to come up with anything else. Game-wise.
How's things in Puerto Rico, guys?
Probably better than where you're at. Where are you in? Rhode Island right now?
Where am I? Yeah, I'm in Rhody right now, dude. I was
we're definitely doing better than you.
supposed to go to Mass. People were asking about you as some seat
people were
sales.
asking.
But
I
still
have a warrant. I have an outstanding warrant in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm like, Adam's got like 12 warrants in Mass and like 4 in
I don't have 12. I have one.
Yeah,
I definitely have it.
I just texted you a question, Mario, about
Your answer.
one of the answers that someone gave that is similar but not quite.
Okay.
So
I'll look right now. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me see.
Mario.
Yep, that's great. That's actually great.
Oh, that's a good answer. So that was the answer that was given a while ago by Todd Tilleth.
Todd, what's up, man?
All right. Tilleth is the winner.
Now, is he?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he gave that a while back, actually, but yeah, and then he rewrote it again. So.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
I like to go with like whatever the best lamp would be, like brand wise, and that would be the Philips, I think, for the 315.
So we have a winner. We have a winner. Do you have fireworks or anything?
So he will get the fixture with a lamp, with a 315 lamp.
That's the
sweet. Should we just have him write to info@AdamDunn or?
You can write it to me, or however you guys want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
Me and Adam last time, the way we did it was, Donkey called up, and we don't remember much after that. Christmas time.
Nice.
Still worked out though. We got his shit. So.
Dude, he loves it. He's rocking it.
Contact Maz. Just give him your details, Maz. What is it?
Yeah,
who it is.
Maz at IlluminarLighting.com, or I can just, like I said, text your phone again. Yeah, one sec. One sec, guys.
1 sec. Now what's going on?
I'm texting him.
This shit goes down. Every time you get up the phone, something weird goes on.
But the thing is, let me see. Let me text you. Ready? All right. So I gave you my email.
Okay, cool.
That will work.
Okay, cool.
What a precision operation we run here. It's amazing.
Really, but it will be once these LEDs are up in these greenhouses, because when you see the new ILW and the new IL1 and IL1C, they are so dope, dude. And we got all these single bar LED fixtures that we're doing now that I want you guys to mess around with.
Yeah,
they're pretty dope, dude. Got a lot of good stuff going on.
I'm very curious, and they're expensive, but they're very, very nice. So definitely down.
And like to fine tune them any way you'd like not us necessarily, like people out there. We offer like 4 different variations of each model, but we have so many, dude. It's like, all right, let's slow it down a little. Let's focus on like our main ones, like the IL8, which I run and I love, the 8-bar LED. Just so many variations. We actually didn't have any with us in Denver. That was funny. Well, that little archway we put up couldn't support the LED, the weight of it, 38.6 pounds. But we did have the 315, and we'll be giving that away.
That's pretty heavy.
It is heavy, dude. The bars come right out though, and you can put them to the side too. Those, people. So yeah, there's a seated sales show coming up. People are like, oh, is Dunn going to be up there? I'm like, I highly doubt it. He's down there, then he's going to Puerto Rico. I know he's busy, but people always ask me info.
VCan or whatever coming up? Is that what it is?
No, that's, I don't even, dude, you know how it is with the local stuff. Sometimes you don't really pay attention. I know we did, you come to CanaCon once in a while when you do your, you had that panel a couple years ago. That's actually when I met Odie, the first time I had met him. That was pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, I think New England shows are pretty good just because people are very genuinely fucking excited, you know what I mean?
They are. Harvest Cup was interesting. I had fun at it. I had fun at that. Shout out to, where was that? Worcester? Something like that. And
so you guys have basically, Ellie, you're going to be pushing more onto those light bars and stuff like that. Is it going to be the next push, or is it you guys?
Personally, I'm going to push them for like cloning, other stuff like that. 350 watts of like full spectrum.
Are they tunable, or are they just one?
Well,
set?
No, I'm not going to. We can fine tune them, but not an end user tunable. No. They'll end up. Who knows what will happen?
Is there a veg bulb? Is there a veg version and a flower version, or are they just all just sort of? There's
different levels of diodes. There's so many ways to approach it. But like my philosophy is, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And with like the IL8 for like an 8-bar LED, that's perfect for a 4x4 area. For veg, if guys want to flower with them, they can, you know. But it all depends on what their end goal is, their target micromole and PPFD. Like I wouldn't flower with an LED right now. I'm all about, you know, dual spectrum with the ceramic and the HPS still. I'm not going to get away from that yet. But then again, the projects you guys got going on, greenhouses like the IL1 single bar for a photoperiod light, to extend that, daylight 18.6 a bed, you know, we have an answer for everything. Which
it's interesting, the single row that you have, because we have like the clothing racks to be able to build out. And, you know, really, let's definitely link up on some products.
Let's link up on that. And let's do some stuff like that.
Took some special photos for you, Mario. Special for you is because I wanted to make sure you see that they actually had lights already there, so you could.
No, that's fine. Whatever, dude. I wanted to come regardless, dude. I just wanted to get down there, but the timing was just bad on my part. But and I know everyone was there, the family, and you were taking them to the airport that day. I didn't want to get in the way of that.
It wasn't the worst thing in the world that you didn't show up, because it was going to be hectic, and I wasn't going to be able to do as many things as I wanted to do. But at the same time, I was ready. I was prepared. I was like, all right,
when you sent the pics of the greenhouses, dude, right there, I went nuts. I was like, all right, this is what we're doing next week. And then just like, everyone's like, what are you doing, man? You're just going to go to Puerto Rico out of nowhere? Don't you have work? I'm like, yeah, well, me and Dunn are going to put this down. Right there.
That's good. I'm going. I'm there.
But you learn your lessons after you miss like 3 flights.
To get people to say no to coming here and/or they've already self-invited themselves. When I go like, yeah, how long will you be there? I think I'm coming.
Yeah. It was like 7 a.m. I'm in the parking lot of Cumbies. Like, I bought a Monster Energy. I'm texting Adam. Yeah, come on Saturday. All right, yeah. I went and booked it without even talking to anybody first. Didn't even run it by you. But
I'm going to check with Shamol real quick and see if he's...
And he was down there the week after that.
Yeah, he's here right now, apparently, which is great, because whale watching season is just about to pick up right now.
Oh, dude, really?
What's that?
Really? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, February to March is like the real peak whale times down here. So you can kind of go out there and they'll come around the boats. It's real chill. And the surfing season is going on like full steam right now. So you can catch some real good too.
Are you guys in San Juan?
No, we got dispensaries in the San Juan and other locations, but we're on the south side of the island.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything's like an hour from everywhere, really, in most places.
All right, because the guy that was picking me up at the airport is actually down the road from you a little. His name is Jimmy. He's working with Shamol.
Yeah, I had actually met him. Yeah, I met all.
All right, so you know.
Before. Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, that's awesome. And there is a store now down there, a retail store that's opening. That you might know the dude Francesco, but there's like 4 of them. They were at Indo.
Wait a minute.
They all got shirts. A retail store. They all got shirts, and they have no fixtures yet, like everyone else. It's all good. But,
okay.
yeah, we got to link up because I'd like to do some designs and just get them up and have things to show off. And we'll put Adam in front of them, and Adam got some full spectrum light on them.
Yeah, I'm waiting. What's going on?
I know everyone's
waiting.
I know. But the container's on the way. We finally got the ceramics.
Oh my god! Checks in the mail. Containers on the way.
I'll post a list on the island here. We can grab and put a hands on and take a look at it. Awesome.
Drop it right there in PR.
Yeah. No, we need to get a good palette of them over here so we can start.
A palette of whatever and everything that you need.
Yeah, a palette of a little of everything would be nice.
Have you had a chance to talk to the local suppliers here and meet some of the guys that are doing direct-to-customer sale?
Have I?
There's a couple of stores that I've met here on the island. But shoot me your info and I'll give you their info.
I will, because
for sure.
The store that showed up at Indo, they were out of PR. The dude was Francesco. I gave them all Illuminar shirts, so their whole staff at the store is wearing shirts.
Oh, you'll just find the guys in the
lights they don't have. I think it's funny, but my goal is to get down there and get some work done and link up with you guys and make some real legit things happen with these lights. Show people the correct way to go about it, how to do it correctly. Adam, we can bring Wolf, and he can I don't know, bless us. We'll bring the farmer guy.
Yes, I know.
And then Teo, because he corrected me on everything. But yeah, let's link up on that. Let's get each other's info to each other, and I'll start working on that right now.
What's the latest flavor on the streets around there, Mario? Shout out to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Drew, dude. Drew's here, isn't he?
Tim, Colin.
Tim and Colin. What's up?
Tim. Colin. We got a whole. I forget. There's another guy that came in there too.
Tim.
I had
Colin.
people that were going in that were using my name that I had no idea who they were. I was like, what?
Yeah, dude. That's probably
that guy was.
All your projects are prioritized, so you have peeps in mass over here, over there, PR, and I'm just trying to get these guys all set up.
Pack the car there.
You got me all over the place, but Drew is here now. That's cool. We got to link up.
Oh yeah, Drew. There you go. That was the other one.
Yeah. Colin and Tim. We're gonna talk some stuff with them about some LEDs. I really like the direction that they're thinking about going, but I won't discuss business on the air, obviously. But flavor.
That's what we do. We sit here and talk business all the time.
Flavor on the streets right now is my head doctor.
What was it?
The head doctor Pheno I have. Pheno 7. Oh, it's pretty fire, dude. And then your bubble gum I gotta get.
Sound issues again? Sound issues again. What's going on?
I got
you guys here?
I got it figured out.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's so fast.
You guys are all on monitors.
I don't know
I'm
what
on
Shamol's
phone.
doing. I tried to text him. He doesn't answer now.
Really?
Yeah.
He was all fired up. He was talking about doing that trifecta thing like last year. Oh, shout out to Chloe and her Sundance, that script of hers, but the Cloverleaf thing, like last year when you had that party with
What
the
happened?
fun-loving criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Sham
happened?
came up for that. So he's usually right on board with everything. But dude,
Great news, baby.
Great news.
we gotta get some fire genetics for the Northeast though, dude. We gotta get, like, everyone's just hogs everything. That's what I'm getting
Isn't
at.
there a breed seed sort of swap thing coming up around there soon?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's Gene Trader.
Gene Trader, right?
Oh, Lou, shout out to Lou. He's listening. That's in February. Like, well, we are in February, but that's like coming right up. And he was asking if you were going and if I was going to set up a booth, but I may just walk it. That's at the Oakdale Theater in Connecticut.
Right. There you go. So that's a good spot if you're going to be going.
It's a big spot, dude.
Yeah. No,
I've seen bands there in the past, but I like what they're doing over there. I want to check it out. Everyone wants you to go, but you'll be in Puerto Rico.
I got people who can be there for sure. So.
Yeah. So shout out to Lou and them at Gene Traders.
There'll be somebody.
Yeah.
And Bob, I'll send.
But Bobby. Anyways, so back to the ceramic. So we got the winner for that, right?
Yeah.
Winner has been chosen.
Yep.
So,
He's already emailed you. He said.
But I also need you to convey back to headquarters that somebody needs to be at Spanibus this year.
And you guys, Adam, and I'll ask both of you on camera now on the show, what would you like for sample pictures? So I can get those down. I was going to get you guys for some of the projects in PR, some of the IL1s, some of the single bar LEDs.
Yeah, for sure. No, we need at least try out like a couple of them or whatever. Yeah. And
yeah, we'll do that. I'll get some diamonds out of it, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't need anything big personally. I just need a good spread.
Dude, we went to Fogo. That I know you're a vegan. We went to that Fogo place that night after that.
No, that's not where I would be going.
No, I was so dude, those diamonds got me so good I couldn't even walk. They were asking me to eat. I was like, all right, cool, whatever, just throw it on the plate. But
take that.
And we were talking about Puerto Rico.
Meat coma.
Yeah, really, it's a lot of you know. But Josh was talking about how much fun PR is and just how it's a whole nother world and how much. And I'm just like, oh, dude,
you're gonna
down there. And Shamol,
if you like lechon, man, ooh, roasted pork. It's the national dish, and I found the right places. It's about hunting the right spot down, and you found it. It's really life-changing. Really? Yeah, life-changing.
All right, because I don't really mess with pork ever, but I ate it at that one place, that Fogo place. It was all right, but I tend to avoid that. But that's pretty awesome. In Italy, I ate a pork sandwich in Italy, right? And it was a hair sticking out of it.
Yeah.
It was like from the cow or from the pig, so I never ate it again. I was like,
then the other side of that then would be coming up, probably say the fresh fish you can eat here, man. Honestly, I haven't really got a chance to eat much fish living in Colorado because it's Colorado, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here, the guys are pulling lobster out at 6 in the morning and you're eating it at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a good one down here.
Yeah,
it's top of fish tacos.
Exactly. And the thing is, in general, it's like the last generation of people that can actually eat fish. You know what I mean? So
you're right.
You better get a chance because it's getting crazy right now. You know.
We were talking about fish tacos the other day and the concept of a fish taco and how funny that is. You know,
concept of a fish taco. Who is this that you're talking about?
This is me and my family at dinner. This is the stuff we talk about. Yeah, like fish taco.
And you were all laughing about it. fun.
I was just
This
I
is
was
New England, by the way, I guess.
like fish belongs with fish. Yeah, you know that. You're from around here.
Sorta.
Sort of. I joke about that because everyone, oh, you know Adam Dunn, like I knew him growing up. Everyone, can I talk to Adam? Can I? You hook?
That's exactly why I left.
We're friends, and people think that they assume like, yo, you asked Adam this, you asked Adam that, like all day. I'm like, no, I cannot. He's not around right now. Okay. Yo, one guy called me Adam. He's like,
you like to post stuff 5 seconds after we talk about it. That's
oh god. One guy's like, yeah, I'm ready to do Adam's show. I'm like, okay.
You just post everything we just said? Mario, you're ridiculous at this. It's okay, I love you.
Right.
I love you, Mario.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're
I love
gonna run off and wind the show down because we're not gonna go for the full 3-hour Monty since we're in a later time zone, so we can't go quite so late. If we had Shamol, we would let it roll because he'd be here. So now we'll blame it all on him.
Well, we'll get it set up, and I won't be in transit next time. But I had to go to the grow and feed the plants, so I'll
right,
get
make sure we take care of our winter. That's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing. I got him,
and then we'll have 2 solid winners. We'll have Skunky and what's the new guy's name?
Todd, right?
Todd,
right?
Todd
All right,
Tillith.
correct. All right, we'll work on that, and we'll discuss more about some things that I got to get done with you guys, like real soon.
You be in a place that's got light next time. It's in action.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna love to watch yourself on this one. This
will not happen again.
It's a little bit like Blair Witch Project combined with it could be.
I know, I can see how bad it looks. You guys are all bright and you can't see me. I know. I'm sorry. When you said we're gonna Skype you, I'm like, wait, this is really new.
Well,
now.
The thing is, whenever I've watched myself driving, you just look like you're a psychopath because you're obviously doing a very good job driving because you're using your IPDE process very very well because your eyes are darting in every direction. So
I know. I'm actually sitting over here,
which is fun to watch. But you're like, yeah, are you casing?
What? We got some awesome shit in the works for 2019, and especially for this year onwards with our LEDs and our new dual ceramic. I want you to check out, you guys. It's a double-ended 630, and it is so dope. We just ran some internal tests on it, and I'm not supposed to talk about it, but we will after. All right?
What? You're not supposed to do what?
Well, we ran it against some competitor stuff. It's an internal document.
Now you're breaking all the rules as usual. All right,
yeah,
go back to breaking rules. Tell Sean I'll talk to him. We'll come up with some plans.
We'll come up with some stuff, and I won't do Blair Witch Project.
At the somehow.
Oh, the invitational, real quick. Everyone's asking me about that. Like
which one? The one in Barcelona?
Not the one in Barcelona. The one back home, like Colorado. That ain't for a minute though, right?
No.
Right.
First, we do
First, Spain. Yeah, exactly.
One day we'll do the Puerto Rico one.
That would be sick. Let's talk a little more when I'm.
Oh, there you go. Now everybody's it's totally doable. That's the first thing I think about down here is okay, now how can you actually do something that would be really fun? And consumption here. There's consumption clubs that you actually are allowed to have here too, and they're just starting to happen. So everything's going on. It just takes a little bit of time to roll out.
It does.
So clubs are going to be obviously no alcohol.
No, actually, they do have alcohol on this.
Really?
Yeah, you can opt in or you by buying the license, but you can choose not to carry the license. It's a dilemma for people. I think that is the ultimate dilemma because in Colorado, obviously, the rule is you can't do.
Yeah. In most places, even in Holland and a lot of places.
Let's I'll come down there.
I was shocked a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll bring you some lights. We'll do some live stuff. I won't be in a car in the dark and look like this Blair Witch Project.
You're like a lighting company and you're in the dark. This is the opposite.
I know, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't get the new tech. Usually I'm on the phone only. So I downloaded Skype just now. All right. So I'll get that prepped.
I'm glad you guys remember your Apple ID finally, too. That's good. Good job.
Dude, I know that was ridiculous.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Right.
I will talk to you guys shortly, and I'll probably text a few of you in like a second. A couple things I got to get out, and we'll get Todd's stuff sent out. All right, guys?
Yes, sir. Make sure to
awesome. I'll talk to you guys later.
My friend.
Talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Drive safe.
No, bye.
Peace. Oh, and he's still on. Oh, and he's back. And he's gone. And he's back. Well, it's always fun to get Mario on because it's always scattered and crazy. It's like his own character.
Like a 50-degree temperature difference.
Oh yeah, totally different. Totally different. So, I guess we'll be winding it down because we did pretty good. We did 2.5 freaking hours. It's long enough for
Sweet.
For a tropical show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
If we had Shamol, we would definitely go over the full 3 hours because we have more antics. We'd be very antic-y around here. But I'm glad you guys could all join us. Who knows next week what we're going to be planning. I might actually be in another country, I should say. Let's just say could be one of two. So I know St. Croix will be on Monday, so maybe I'll try to do a live show from there. We'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated. Give a shout out on any Instagrams or anything like that.
Yeah, actually, you can follow Growers Delight. And shout out to my buddy Man of the Moon Genetics. And then Francesca has an Instagram too. You guys can follow, and she'll do all of the postings of our science work. Francesca, if you want to throw yours on there.
Let's spell it out.
I actually read a piece of paper and showed up on this. Spell it out.
Yeah. There you go. We can write it right here. You won't even have to spell it out.
Hi guys. So it's gonna be Francie _snow, because her last name is Nieves, so that means snow in English, just in case you didn't know. She a little bit of Spanish.
Yes, give it in there.
I have no no, there's so many things in
And I saw you right there.
There you go.
FRANCI
There it is.
_snow.
Perfect.
Sweet. And then, there's no social media yet really pumping in for things?
Not for Encanto yet. Our website.
We do have the basis of the website. And
Is it up or is it live?
what?
So I don't do the internet stuff.
No, I know we have it. It is already designed and everything. I think they were just waiting for the license to officially just like.
Well,
But they'll make it live.
Today, so tomorrow there will be a website.
Yes.
We'll give it to them for the show to post on later. I'll put the link to the show.
Yeah, we'll do it for the link when we do we post the video. Perfect. So, shout out to the crew that I've been with this whole last week, with Rob, and with Carl, and with Philippe, and with Chili. And shout out to these guys for letting us come into their spot today and letting us use their beautiful studio here, which worked out amazing, actually, right? We happen to have a blue sheet. How good is that, right? I mean, come on. Who has blue sheets? Come on next week. Like I said, it might be a Monday crazy weird show because we travel to St. Croix for Agricultural Day at Cloud Nine Club, which is my friend Alfie's spot there. So should be pretty cool. And we'll be talking with the Minister of Agriculture in a sort of forum type setting. So talking about hemp and cannabis. So that should be pretty exciting. So either get a live feed from that, or maybe I'll do who knows? We'll see what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We shall see. Shout out to my beautiful wife Cece and little Nick. Got a free day off the other day, which is pretty dope. And it was pretty funny last night. He basically told us that he had signed up for a talent show, right? So we're like, well, what are you gonna do, right? And he's like, so he had this crystal that someone had given us, and he was balancing it on his toe in bed, and then he decided at that moment that was going to be his talent for the talent show. So I'm very curious to see how that all went down. Like when your talent was to lay down and hold a crystal on your toe, I was like, wow, this made me laugh anyway. So it was one of those. We'll see how Nick is a talent show what to do. See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Jack Gang, for checking it in on us, and thank you, MTI, for keeping it rolling. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Looks a lot better than. Whoa, what was that? I just lost everything.
No, I don't know. Can you not hear me?
On my side, I lost everything. So, thanks, guys. See you next week. Roll it out there, MTI.
All right, later.
Is a communication to the children to take a trip, to camp out, to groove. The psychedelic checks on the record albums have their own interest.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it Dunn's bread, and some people call it ganja.